Okay, this is a quick introduction to Xink for a marketeer. So basically you have the main menus here: dashboard, employees, signatures, campaigns, and admins. Where you start is that you start by designing your email signature for your company. There are different ways to do this. One of the easiest way is to add an existing signature from Outlook. If you click on that one, you can actually use and upload an existing signature that works for you and then create it as a template. This is an example I just created. The only thing you need to do right now is change the name. I call it Xink. I set it as my default. You can see the note here is uploaded from the Xink mail service. So instead of having my name pre-written, I'll just insert a field. I'll select the display name, delete my name. I'll change the email address as well, like this. Remember, when you are changing a link like an email, you need to change the link as well. I'll do it right here. Okay. And the last, the mobile. So now it's a template. That means it can be used by every employee in the company. You can go to preview and preview for your employees and see how it works. Like this, so it merges okay. You can select default, reply forward, and optional signatures. This one I just selected this one as my default. I can select another one as my reply signature. Let's take this one as my reply. Like this. So this is now my reply signature. Basically, you can create any signature you want, no limitations. You can upload them. You can start from scratch by clicking the new email signature here. You can start by not using a normal editor here. So no limitations whatsoever. So let's assume you're now happy with the design and it previews okay in the Xink dashboard. Now you want to go to the employee section and add an employee to use that signature. In this case here, Alexander. You can select Alexander, and he now wants to use, instead of the brand emails one, he wants to use the one I just created, which is, maybe I didn't save it. Let me go back. I didn't save it. So this is a quick walkthrough of the Xink dashboard for marketing. When you first log onto your Xink account, the first the first menu you see is the dashboard. When everything is set up, this is where you can actually see how your campaigns are performing. You can see clicks, you can see openings, you can see click-through rate, you can even see top performers down at the bottom, top performing campaigns, top performing senders. So let's get started. First, you go to the signatures menu. This is where you design your signature. There are several ways to get started. You can upload existing signature from Outlook or Gmail. Click on the plus button here. You can add existing. I'll just upload one of my existing signatures right here, so you can see how easy it is to make it a template. This is my current signature. I will now rename it to Xink. Instead of my name, I'll use display name. Notice when you insert a field, you can go to preview and make sure that it merges okay. So instead of my name, it now shows for Alexander Beck. So I now continue mobile. I insert the mobile field. Like this, and email. Notice the email is a link, so you need to change in two places. First I change the email here, and then I change the link afterwards. So now this one is changed. I click on the link and go to the link menu here, and now I just write email. So now both the link is changed and the email address that shows in the signature. And that's it. Remember to click OK to save. Notice it saves right here. It's a little bit laggy. Yeah. Done. Now it's saved. You got the Xink signature. You can upload any. There's no limitations here. Upload any signatures you want. You can create from start. You just create. You click the new email. Sign a new email from this basic editor. It's pretty simple, and it doesn't take you that long. Okay, when you're happy with your design, you need to add your employees, those that needs to use the design. And there's several ways to do that. You click on the employees menu. You can, again, you use the plus button. You can add employees manually. That will pull up a form, and you can just type in the information you need. You can also include or read users from an Active Directory, which is maintained typically by always by your IT department. You can connect your Xink account with your Office 365 account and read from Azure AD. Similar with Active Directory, but it's cloud-based. Or as a third or fourth option, you can import from an Excel sheet. This is typically something you would do once if, for example, neither the Active Directory or the Azure AD is updated. This is an easy way to get a lot of employees uploaded, and then you can maintain them within Xink afterwards. So there are different ways to assign signatures to employees. The most simple way is to use what you see here is Don Domingo. He's using the company default. That is set in the signatures menu. The company default is whatever you set here. Our new signature, let's make that the company default. We'll just set that as the company default for default, reply forward, and optional. Let's give everyone another signature as optional as a company default. I'm saving again. It's still saving. Now it's saved. You can see it's now default, reply forward, optional. You have several signatures as optional. Template 314, we don't want that as optional. We'll just untick that one. So basically you decide what's the company default. So when we go back to employees, who's not set up as company default, or everyone that's set up as company default, they will get the company default, and then you can spend your time on those that need something special and handle those specifically. For large organizations, you can also use rule-based deployment. That means you can deploy a special setting to a group of people. So let's go back to employees. So now you see now, for example, Don Domingo using company default. Alexander Beck, he's using a special setting, and this is because when you click on that employee, you can assign a special setting for that employee because he doesn't want the company default. So you select here whatever the setting he wants. In this case, he wants the branded mails template as his default, and he wants an empty space as reply forward. So if you can do anything here at your right hand side, you can select for every employee, you can select the special settings. One last thing is you can notice that some of the employees are using rule-based, and this is something you do right here in the preferences menu. It's a little bit more technical, but as soon as you have seen it once, it's not that difficult to set up. So we go to rules here, signature rules, East Coast. Let's take a look at that rule. It's simply looking for the state equals California, and everyone that has state equals California will get this setting here. That is the branded mails as a default, and again branded mails as reply forward, and they're not getting any special signatures as optional. So and you can actually also test here and see which signature or which employees will it be affected by this rule. So different ways to assign signatures to employees using company default, individual settings in employees menu, or rule based in the preferences menu. So when you're happy with the design, employees are uploaded or added to your Xink account, you can start deploying, and there are different ways to do that. You can, for a single employee or multiple employees, you can send an invitation email. You can select several employees at one time and send invitation email to all these three. Whenever they're green, that means they will get an invitation email with a download for this app right here. There will be a download link, there will be the credentials that will be included in that email, and when they type in their credentials, that's a username and password, that means their app is connected with the company Xink account, and that means that employee Outlook email signatures outdated, and that will show as a green color here. That would indicate that everything is okay. All right, thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.